My name's Julian Hurst, and I work for a local church as an evangelist. We were giving out invitations, these particular invitations here, to the Easter services. A couple of mounted policemen came and stood very close to us. And because being on horses, they were sort of standing over us really, and watched us very intently. And eventually they dismounted and came over to us and said that it had been reported that we were handing out offensive literature. And then after probably 10 or 15 minutes, I think a white van pulled up. 3 more policemen came out in sort of body armour, and they were sort of all gathered round our little pasting table, looking at what we were doing, looking at the literature, and all talking to one another. It was a little bit unnerving, unsettling, having all those police around you. You're not quite sure how they're going to react, how they're going to deal with you. Eventually the police came back and said, we've spoken to the person that's made the complaint. He's now changed his complaint. He now says that he finds it offensive that evangelical Christians are obviously there on the high street, advertising themselves as an evangelical church in a place where there is a sizable gay community. The following day, in this lounge where we are now, another policeman came from the race and hate crime unit. They'd taken a whole selection of our literature off the table, which they'd sort of gone through and vetted. And he came and he explained that everything was okay. There wasn't a problem with any of our literature, or in fact there wasn't a problem with what we were doing. I think the overall response did seem a bit disproportionate when you consider we were just giving out a simple invitation to our Easter services. 5 policemen, 2 mounted policemen and 3 in a white van seemed a bit more than one would expect to be necessary to look into this. It was a large waste of police time. I think freedom of speech for Christians, and in fact for all members of the community, I think is very important. Everybody should have the opportunity to express their view freely, and if some people try and gag Christians, then I think our society will be the poorer for it.